Hello, today I'm going to teach you how to solve a 4x4 Rubik's Cube. Now, I will not be using a Rubik's Revenge, I will be using an East Sheen 4x4. The only difference is that instead of an orange side, it has a purple side. For the rest, it's just the color scheme is just the same. So green opposite blue, red opposite, in this case purple, and white opposite yellow. And when it comes to which colors are adjacent, it's the same too. Now, before I'll teach you anything, I'll need to show you some move notation, because as you see there's one layer extra, so there are these inside layers that you can turn. Now, the move notation is exactly the same on a 3x3 for the outside layers. So if you don't know it, check out my video on how to solve a 3x3. For the inside layers. Now, if you have to turn only the inside layer, I will represent it by a lowercase letter. For example, this layer would be lowercase u, or this one would be lowercase r. Okay, and it's the same for if you need to turn it anti-clockwise, it will just be small ri, or if it has to be turned 180 degrees, it will be too small r. Now, if you need to, obviously the outside layers will then be represented by uppercase letters. Now, if you need to turn both layers, I will put between brackets the uppercase and the lowercase. For example, these two would be between brackets capital U and lowercase u. So same thing for two uppercase U, lowercase u, or uppercase U and lowercase u I, etc., etc. So now I can start telling you a bit about the 4x4. Now, I will be basing this tutorial on my tutorial on how to solve 3x3. So, if you don't know how to solve 3x3 yet, here's my tutorial. And yeah, for the 4x4, we're first going to solve the 4x4 centers. Now, for this, you're going to need to remember the color scheme, which I will tell you later. Then we're going to compose the edges, which I will call dedges because there are two. And then we're going to solve the rest like a 3x3 and something called parity. Now we're going to learn, I'm going to show you the color scheme. Now, it's the same as on a 3x3. So orange or purple is opposite red, yellow is opposite white, blue is opposite green. Now you'll have to remember that. Now next you're going to need to remember that if blue is on top, then in a clockwise position it will be blue, yellow, red. You'll need to remember that. Or another one that would be easy to remember would be red, white and blue. You can remember from any side, like green, yellow, purple, or yellow, orange, but I prefer to remember it as blue, yellow, red. You'll just need to remember that. Now we can actually scramble the cube. The first step is going to be to solve these 2x2 centers. And to do this, we're going to join two 2x1 blocks, bars like this, and join them together to make a center. And we need to remember the color scheme, which is blue, yellow, red. So let's start with the blue side, because we've already got two blue squares. So we're going to look for two blue centers here. And in order to join them, one of them needs to be in the upper right, and it already is, and so the other one needs to be in the upper left, like this, so that when we join them, they match up. And then, to join them to make a center, one of them needs to be on the left, and one on the right. Now this one's on the right, so we're going to have this one on the left, so that we can join them to make a center. Next, we'll have the red side here. So it needs to be on one of the adjacent sides, not on this side, because green is going to go here. So, here we've got two red centers, here and here. So one's in the lower right, so the other one will have to be in the lower left, like this. So we join them together. That messes up the blue centers. So what we're going to do is, because we moved this right side, we're going to move this one into the left, so that we can move the right side back, so that we don't mess up the blue one. Now you've got the two bars, so one on the left, one on the right. We join them. You've got two centers. Next will have to be the yellow one, because it's blue, yellow, red. Yellow will have to be here. So we join two centers. One's in the lower left, so the other one needs to be in the lower right. Join them, get them out of the way, and turn the centers back. And the other one here, this one's in the lower left, so this one needs to be in the lower right. Join them together, get them out of the way, and turn the centers back. And now we can't put them together to form a center with one being on the right, the other one being on the left, because it'll just mess up the red centers and you can't get them back. So what we're going to do instead is have them in the same line. So when you try to join them, they'll always be opposite each other, or if they were or adjacent. So have them in the same line. I'll bring them up where they have to go, here. Rotate them 180 degrees so that they're on the right, and you'll notice that the other one will be on the left, so that you can just turn it back, and you'll have the three first centers solved: the blue, yellow, and red. Next, we're going to make the other three centers. Now to do that, we'll have to think about which colors are opposite each other. For example, white should be opposite yellow. So we look opposite yellow, and there is some white. But here, they're diagonally rather than in a bar. So what we're going to do is push one of them onto another layer. And it has to be a layer where there is no solved center, so it won't work putting it onto here. So, onto here. Now rotate it so that when you put it back, they form. So for example, as this one's in the lower left, this one needs to be in the lower right. So you get it up, rotate it into the lower right, and bring it back down again. We've got the bar formed. Now next we've got the other bar, so then again, put them in the same line. Now this time, this one needs to go down here, because the yellow has to go here. So white, sorry. So get it down, 180 degrees, and put it back. Now, for the last one, red is here, so this is going to be purple. So then again, rotate it onto another layer, get it into the right place, which in this case is the lower right, and bring it down. Well, now you've got an L shape. Now, to do this, you're going to find the missing center, place it in the same position as the corner of the L. So here the corner of the L is in the lower right, so this one has to go in the lower right. So bring it down into the L. Now rotate it onto the side that you're not going to move, so you can put these centers back, and then that solves the center. Now that you've finished the centers, you can go on to the edges.